Alrighty folks, welcome back to the channel. I am Jim. We have our next load. Now I haven't officially been dispatched with it yet, but I do have the tracking information from JB Hunt, the broker. We are headed a little bit west of here. We're currently a little bit north of Little Rock, so we're going to head over to Hot Springs, Arkansas to pick up, and then we're headed back east to Bayonne, New Jersey. Now we've been there before, so we know that getting in there, well, there's some traffic getting in there. But you know, it is what it is. It's 1,200 miles. I'll take it. We haven't been getting very many miles over the last couple of months, so you know, anything that gives me 1,000+ miles, I'm happy to do. Most likely, I don't like I said, I haven't been officially dispatched, so I don't have all the information from the dispatcher yet. But most likely, the delivery is going to be the day after tomorrow. So we will be driving all day today, obviously picking up and then starting the eastbound journey and delivering. Today is Tuesday, so delivering on Thursday morning. I don't know exactly what time we're supposed to be delivering. It's technically in the JB Hunt information, but I haven't really looked at it in that much detail. I do know that we're actually late for our pickup. The JB Hunt called me this morning to find out if I was good for pickup. I didn't hear what she said was the time, but now that I've looked at the tracking app, we were supposed to be there at 8 a.m. So, you know, we haven't been dispatched. We weren't scheduled to be delivering here until 9. It's 8 o'clock now. It's a little after 8 o'clock now. So we were actually early to get here to the delivery, but we're going to be late to get to our pickup, just the way it's been dispatched to us. I'll have to check to see what time we're supposed to deliver on Thursday, but that's where we're at so far. I'll give you guys more of an update once we get in progress to our pickup, or once we get to our pickup. I don't know what I'll do exactly, but yeah, let's get rolling. Well, let's get waiting to get unloaded, and then let's get rolling. Good morning.
How can I help you?
I am picking up a load.
Where are you going?
Going to Bayonne, New Jersey.
Okay, I need a PO number.
All right, what's it start with? I've got 3 different numbers.
They're all different.
I've got a 163434.
That's it.
Okay.
You got lucky.
All righty.
Have you been here before?
No, ma'am.
Chris, are you still working on door 2?
No, it's at 11:30.
I'm sorry I missed that, sir. It's 11:28, so I had to have just missed it. Not even 11:30 yet. Let's see. What's your trailer number?
202.
Okay, I've got door 2 available for you. You're going to be loaded at the building that's right behind me.
Okay.
In order for you to get to that building, you're going to make a left-hand turn right here and go down the hill.
Down the hill.
Yep, it's going to loop all the way around. It's a big old circle, okay?
Okay.
And then go past me
Uh-huh.
and turn right at that black mailbox right there.
Right at the mailbox.
Yep, and you're going to get into the second dock door, okay?
Okay. So
Yeah,
basically
that
go
orange
go
one
down,
should be
basically go
full.
around behind this
yeah,
building.
it pulls around to where
and
you
then
can reverse
pull it
right
out.
in.
Alrighty.
Thank you.
Thank you. It's a little complicated. Down this way, then loop around, come back out. waiting staging area, but I don't know. I've never done this behind the building, if I have actually been here, but if I have, it's been a very long time. Alright, we're waiting on that little orange truck there to pull out, but I'm going to go ahead and swing our doors while we wait. Well, I guess this guy's in no hurry, so why should anybody else be in a hurry? He's slid his tandems. I don't know if he's closed his doors. He's wandered on up and strolled on up, used the porta-john, and then strolled on back. back, and I don't know what he's sitting there for. I don't think he realizes he's in the freaking way. Or he doesn't care. Sitting there texting away on his phone, totally oblivious to the world around him. Tandems now. Alrighty, we are loaded with 43,700 something pounds, I think, of water. We'll find out in just a second. Yep. I don't think we need to put the straps on there. That's not going anywhere. Go ahead and close this up. Gave me a seal and I left it up in the front of the truck. So let's go ahead and slide the tandems and I'll put that on there before we leave out of here.
Back in Tupelo in 1935 records never get old. Here comes the king. Stand aside. Here comes the king. Here comes the king. Stand aside. Stand aside. With guitar in hand, I'm fronting the band. Here comes the king.
Well, good morning, everybody. So it's been a pleasant drive so far, kind of quiet. I haven't had anything to say really, so I've just kind of shut up and let it go. We are currently at the aptly, you can't see by the name, it's an old travel plaza called the 101 Travel Plaza, which is convenient because it's on exit 101 on I-40, just east of Jackson, Tennessee. Stopped here last night, got a good night's sleep. We had about a half an hour left on our clock when we got in here, so it was a good time to stop. What are our plans for today? So we have to go about 6 hours east of here to our first fuel stop in, I believe it was in Greenville, Tennessee. And so from there, that will make a good spot for our 30-minute break. I think I'm also going to get a shower. Obviously, I didn't get one yesterday, and I didn't get one here last night because this place is it's kind of a dump. The parking lot is used to be paved about a millennia ago. It's full of potholes. It's full of craters, really. The store itself is pretty run down. It did have my body armor zeros. I can't complain about that. But this is not the nicest of truck stops to stop in at, unfortunately. But it does have a really big parking lot, if you don't mind the craters. And I don't mind the craters. I can navigate around them, especially when I can see them. I'm glad I didn't come in here in the middle of the night, though. Anyways, 6 hours east of here is our first fuel stop in Greenville, Tennessee. I'm going to turn that into my 30-minute break and also catch a shower, which means my 30-minute break will probably be longer than 30 minutes, but, you know, that's what it is. Tonight, we will probably make it up into Virginia. I'm thinking maybe Mount Jackson. I'm not 100% certain on how far we can get, but I'm going to shoot for that. Tomorrow morning we are going to have to get up really early. Well, not too early because we'll probably be running up against, well, maybe we can get up 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. We've got a time zone that we still got to go through. It's just after 6 o'clock right now. We're just finally able to get going on our, we got a 10-hour reset last night, so we're just at the point where we can turn on the clock and get going. So I expect we'll probably be shutting down tonight around 6:30ish would be my guess, which means we won't be able to start tomorrow until 4 or something in the morning. It's 4 hours. We've got another fuel stop between wherever we park tonight and tomorrow. We've got another fuel stop in Winchester, Virginia, before we get up into the northeast again. Yeah, so it'll probably be a good 4 to 6 hours of driving tomorrow morning before we can get to our delivery in Bayonne. We are scheduled to be in Bayonne, at least according to our dispatch, at 6 a.m. That ain't gonna happen. There's no way. So I don't know what to tell you. So there's no possible way of getting there by 6 a.m. tomorrow morning. So we're just going to make the best possible time, both today and tomorrow, get there as early as we possibly can, and deliver when we get there. Yeah, that's pretty much the plan. I know I haven't told you that just because I was just waiting for a good time, and now is a good time. So let's go.
Late night, flickering lights, loud crowds on the street as I walk by. There's a fight, sirens drive by, someone singing about the heartaches of her life. Outside a bar, a woman is waiting for her man to end his shift and take her home. I see a star slowly fading by a table where he's drinking all alone. I cross the river, the sound is changing. Across the river, I can hear a different song. Slow rains falling as I'm walking home. Morning light, still kind of quiet. Part of town is slowly waking up. I walked for miles, I'm tired. There's a line outside the corner coffee shop. I crossed the river, the sound is changing. Across the river, I can hear a different song. Rain's falling as I'm walking home.
Breathe in, breathe out. Man alive, I am, as they say in England, knackered. Whooped. Beat up. Worn out. Cansado, as they say in Spanish. So much traffic today. Y'all saw some of it, but it was I mean, if you watched the time lapse, y'all saw some of it. But it was brutal. We find ourselves, where are we? We're at the TA in some place. The TA at in Lexington, Virginia. Exit 190 something. Yeah, 193, I think, on I-81 northbound. You know why all this traffic is out there is because it's now middle of or early. It's the second week of May, and folks are getting out of school and going on vacation. But I tell you, it makes me long for the days of COVID when everybody was at home, shut down and locked down, and the streets were empty, and the highways were, and it was just nothing but trucks, nothing but professional drivers. It was such a delight. And that was when I was learning how to drive, so that was great for me to have that empty roads so that I could learn how to drive a truck without thousands and thousands and thousands of four-wheelers just all over the freaking place. But now I miss those days. Anyways, we're stopped here at the TA. We've got about 30. We had about 30 minutes left on our clock. When I programmed this spot in, this stop in, was at our fuel stop, and we should have been here a half hour ago. We lost a half an hour just because of various traffic jams between here and Greenville, Tennessee. So just these last 200 miles or so have just been absolutely brutal. But I've got to go in. I would love to just climb in the back and fall asleep, but I have got to do some laundry because I am out of the intimates, as they say, or as I don't know if it's just me, but there used to be a guy that you would hear occasionally on the CB, or maybe it was a lot of guys that were just all doing the same thing because they thought it was funny. But I ain't got no panties on. I sure hope you ain't got no panties on. If you got panties on and you're a dude, then I'm kind of concerned for you. But yeah, I gotta go in and do laundry, and then I'm gonna go to sleep. But since it's gonna take a little while to wash those clothes, I am also gonna take my laptop and try and finish up editing the next video while I wait for the clothes to get clean. So I will see y'all in the morning. Well, good morning, everybody. So it is delivery day. It's 4:30 a.m. We've still got about 20 minutes before our 10-hour break flips over and we can start driving it this morning. Yeah, like I said, it's 4:30 right now. So supposedly our delivery appointment is at 6 a.m. in Bayonne, New Jersey. We've got at least 2 hours to go before we can even get to our fuel stop in Winchester, Virginia. 130 miles from here. We're in Lexington, Virginia right now. So it's 130 miles to our fuel stop, and then it was a little over 200 miles, or a little over 4 hours, almost 4.5 hours. And that's with traffic conditions right now to get to Bayonne. I don't think we're getting there by 6 a.m. I think we'll be lucky if we get there by noon. I may even have to take a 30-minute break. Now, technically, that's only about 6 to 7 hours, but you know, the last part of that's going to be getting into New York City traffic. Not into the Bronx, but Bayonne is basically New York City. It's just on the outskirts. So, and we got to go across a bridge. Last time we went across that bridge going into Bayonne, it took us 2.5 hours sitting in traffic to do that. It was miserable. So I'm not expecting us to get there on time, or anything even resembling on time this morning. We'll see. But that's where we're at. From there, I don't know where we're going. I don't know if we've got something booked. I seriously doubt it. I don't know what my dispatcher was thinking booking this load with a delivery appointment for 6 a.m. today. It was never possible. And we haven't delayed any significant amounts. We stopped for a brief lunch. I mean, it wasn't a brief lunch. It was a reasonable lunch. Right after we got loaded, when we went to Scale, I went into the diner and had lunch. That probably killed 35-40 minutes of time. And then I had a shower yesterday that used up my 30-minute clock, but then it took us a while to get through the fuel island because it was kind of crowded. Other than that, I haven't wasted any time. Maybe a 15 minutes to go poop. Everything else, every other minute has been on the road. We had a lot of traffic yesterday, so we lost a lot of time in the traffic. Probably lost more time in traffic yesterday than I wasted sitting at the diner eating lunch 2 days ago. So it is what it is. We're not going to be there on time. It ain't my fault. Never was my fault. Nothing I could have done about it. Nothing I will do about it. We're just going to get there when we get there. Okay, so I'm still just here killing time till we can turn the clock on and get started. But I'm just going to sit down and do some morning stuff. I did not sleep well last night. Well, I slept well until I didn't. And I woke up early, really early. I got my laundry done last night, and so I went to bed a little bit late. And then I woke up really early, so I didn't get a full night's sleep. I'm going to be suffering today. I have already purchased my vitamin C caffeine, and I will be ingesting that as the morning progresses because I know I'm going to be suffering later on. I may even have to stop and get some additional caffeine on the way if it comes to that. We'll see. See ya. Alrighty, we made it in and out of fuel in about 15 minutes flat. That's pretty good, even especially considering it was a little bit busy when we got there. But some Volvo driver left his truck sitting in the line and went inside, and then when the truck in front of him pulled forward, there was just enough of a gap for me to squeeze in there. I guess when you snooze, you lose in a situation like that. We are 272 miles. Well,
now join the highway.
Trucker Path says we're 268 miles and 4 hours and 38 minutes from our destination. Google Maps says we are further but faster to get there. It says we're 271 miles and 4 hours and 13 minutes. I don't know which one to trust at this point. I never really trust Google Maps when it comes to routing for trucks, especially once you get close to the cities. It may be trying to route us around some nonsense for all I know, but it's probably looking at some non-truck routes. So we're going to assume we're looking at another 4.5 hours roughly. We've got 6 hours still on our clock. I'm going to cross my fingers and hope that we don't sit in traffic for an hour and a half when we get there. Either way, it'll be about 11:30, but between 11:30 and noon when we arrive. Currently, my guess is it'll be later than that because of traffic. But we're no longer in the rush hour time frame. We're not going to get there in the rush hour time frame. Let's just cross our fingers. We've made good time so far, but let's cross our fingers about the rest of it.
After 1,000 feet, continue straight ahead onto Port Jersey Boulevard. Now continue straight ahead. After 500 feet, turn right onto Pulaski Lane West. Now turn right. After 500 feet, turn right onto Pulaski Street and then turn right. Now turn right and then turn right.
Well, we are here. I'm not sure exactly where the docks are or where we go to check in, but I think it's right over there. So I'm going to go try and check in, and we're going to figure out how to get over there because this is going to be tricky, especially if this guy doesn't move. All right, well, we're here. We're checked in. Had to pay a $200 late fee. EFS check. Fortunately, I didn't pay it out of pocket. My dispatcher was like, "Oh, why are you 6 hours late?" Well, because you dispatched me the load. I got to the shipper. We left the shipper at 1:30. Do the math. There was no possible way of getting here on time, and I kind of had words with him because he was wanting to blame me, and I was like, check my logs. Maybe I spent 45 minutes that I wasn't legally required to spend stopped. I had to eat lunch, I had to poo, and I had to take a shower. And I did all that, and I'm maybe 45 minutes outside of my over my required minimum breaks. So yeah, we were never ever gonna get here at 6 a.m. That was just an impossibility. And he just didn't do the math. He didn't do the calculations. And really, to be honest, he screwed up when he dispatched it to me, because our previous delivery was scheduled to deliver at 9 a.m. I got there at 8, but we were scheduled to get there at 9 a.m. This load was scheduled to pick up at 8, 100 miles further west than our delivery. And they had called me to say, to ask me if I was going to be on time for pickup, or if I was going to make pickup. They didn't ask me if I was going to be on time. They asked me if I was going to make the pickup. Before it was ever dispatched to me. And, you know, my dispatcher had instructed me not to open the tracker until we were on our way to the load. And I didn't. So I had no idea that it was scheduled for pickup at 8 a.m. But anyway you look at it, it wasn't on me. So he tried to blame me for getting here 6 hours late, and I turned that right back around on him. So needless to say, the company paid the $200 late fee. If they try and take it out of my paycheck, there's going to be serious words. Not that it really makes a difference, but I will probably just get off the truck right then and there and just be done with it. Say, route me home, I'm done. So, you know, a couple of weeks doesn't make that big a difference to me at this point. But anyways, we're checked in, late fee's been paid. We're just waiting on a phone call with a door assignment, and then we're gonna have to try and figure out how to get docked. It's gonna be a little bit complicated, so I am not gonna end the video here. I am gonna film docking whenever that happens. So stay tuned. 37?
La 37 yo creo que se va a parquear por una vez.
Vale, vale.
La 37.
Allá arriba en la plataforma. Subiendo la rampa.
¿Cómo?
Subiendo la rampa.
No, a la siguiente, la 37. No sé si te puedes meter a ver.
Ah, no lo veo. Estás ciego por el espejo. Yeah, I'm good. Straightened out just a little bit more. Alrighty, well, we are docked. Told you? Well, he originally told me to go to 36, but that box truck's kind of blocking it, so he put me in 37. Oh. Say, oh, because your mirrors? Well, I'm as far over as I can get because there's about this much room between me and that ramp over there. That's why I pushed over just a little bit further. Must be nice being able to move it around so easy.
All I'm trying to do is offload and be out, man.
Oh, yeah.
Man. It's just sad where, sometimes the language barriers.
Yeah. Well, fortunately, I speak fluent Spanish, so
Well,
I don't have an issue with it.
oh, okay. Well, I mean, at times, not just with that language there, it be
Yeah.
others. I don't speak it, so. But yeah, I'll be out of your way.
Well, you're not in my way anymore, so you're good. All right, so what was I saying? That brings us to the end of our load. I don't know where we're going to go from here. We've already been sitting off duty for 2.5 hours. I'm almost done editing the next video. Of course, I've been working on this particular video off and on for several days now and just haven't gotten it done. But I am about to get it finished and get it started uploading. But I hope you liked it. Like I said, there was no possibility of us getting here anywhere close to on time. Wasn't my fault. Wasn't anything I could do about it. So still bugs me that my dispatcher was upset about me being late until I explained to him that it wasn't my fault. I even sent him an apology note, like, look, I got upset with you because I had words with him. But I don't like fighting with people, and so I kind of sent him a little quick apology note. Just said, you know what, I apologize for getting upset. I just assumed that he had done the math. So we'll drop that. That's the end of that. Anyways, I hope you liked the video. If you did, make sure you hit the like button. If you haven't already, subscribe as well. Leave a comment down below. And thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next load.